What up, bums? Welcome back to another book review. In this one, we're going to be doing a series, the Harry Potter's series book review. Yeah. So you know how this goes: 10 minutes summary, pros, cons, then conclusion. Because this is a series, it might take a little bit longer than usual. But with that being said, let's just get straight into the video. Yeah. So Harry Potter series, yeah, I disliked it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like the series. I'm gonna if I had if I had to choose between the series, the book series and the movies, I would just watch the movies. Just keep it at the movies, guys. Just keep it at the movies. Okay. So let's get into it. First things first. Let's go over the pros. She has a good imagination. I like to say that JK has a George Lucas, not George Washington, George Lucas syndrome. Good imagination, bad writing. Again, we'll get more into that later. The books 100% explain more than the movies. So if you wanted to get a better grasp of the wizarding world, then read the books 100%. But yeah, if anything, the books probably should have been a show, and it would have been better if they were a show, you know. But they weren't. They were movies. So it's a better fleshing out of the wizarding world. Again, like I said, these books 100% give you more lore to gnaw on if you wanted to get more of the wizarding world after watching the movies. And the books definitely give more context than the movies. There were certain parts in the movies where I didn't understand why certain things happened. But then once you read the books, you're like, oh, okay, that's why that happened. So the books 100% provide more context than the movies do. So that's always cool. That's awesome. And I really like the transition of her. You get what I'm saying? The transitioning from book to book to book to book of kiddie to adult. You get what I'm saying? It goes from like really childish, obviously, and then around. Yeah, it's fourth. It's this one, or it might be nah. So once it gets prisoner, no, I think people die even in the second book. I don't know. I think the first person dies in the fourth book. So in the Goblet of Fire book. So yeah, I like the transition. Very slow, very gradual, but nice. It was nice. I liked it a lot. And as we can see, we have the whole series. I didn't read the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I haven't read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, mainly because those both are plays. And currently, I'm reading the Iliad, and I'm just not reading. I'm not about to read another motherfucking play, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, I'm reading the Iliad right now, and I'll leave it at that. The movie is possibly the most perfect draft that I could think of. The only bad downsides are the fast pacing. I feel like the pacing should have been a lot slower. But the thing with the movies is the movies are pretty much, like, no joke, to the letter, the way the books are. The only way that it isn't is when there are really dumb scenes in these books that I remember being dumb, and I remember they weren't in the movie, and I'm glad that they weren't in the movie. So there were a couple of really stupid scenes that weren't in the movies, but that's because they shouldn't have been. They were really dumb scenes. And again, we're gonna get more into that later. The George Lucas syndrome. Any issues? Oh, that was another thing that I noticed. Any issues that you have with the movies, those are the same exact issues that you have with the books. So like if there are any plot hole issues, if there are any issues that you have, like even I actually disagree. So I believe it's in The Prisoner of Azkaban. There's one scene that I remember reading that I fucking absolutely hated it, and I thought that the movie was better than the book. And I remember that thought being that idea existing was an issue because I always hated the Prisoner of Azkaban movie. I always thought that was the worst movie out of the series. So to like the movie better than the book, even though the movie was the worst movie out of the series, that's an issue. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's sort of when I started noticing that these books maybe aren't it. They aren't as chalked up as everybody believes them to be. So yeah, there's that. But in the Deathly Hallows, not in the Deathly Hallows, in the Half-Blood Prince, when Snape, spoilers by the way, you should have been fucking read the books or seen the movies. Spoilers, when Snape kills Dumbledore, in the books, they make it out to be some like full-blown, straight up out of nowhere just murder. And they explain it better in the Deathly Hallows. But in the movies, it actually looks, they set it up. Like, maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel like JK does not set up the murder of Dumbledore very well in the book, but in the movie, it's set up way better. And again, that's a problem. When your movies are better than your books, I feel like that's an issue. Okay? That's all I'm really trying to point out. Okay, I keep beating on this dead horse. That's all I'm trying to say. When your movies are better than your books, I think that's a little bit of a problem. Okay? So with that being said, before we get into the cons, let's get into the writer as a whole. Again, she has George Lucas syndrome. Great imagination, shitty writing.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Again, beautiful imagination. The idea that there is a wizarding world and we can't even see it, it's right beneath our noses, that's something I could have never thought of. You know what I'm saying? A beautiful imagination. But, like, again, it stops there. The writing is just bad. It's just bad writing. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to say. There's a lot of and then everyone clapped type of writing where and then Harry was right the whole time and everybody was wrong and they apologized to him. And it's like, yeah, that's cool one time. But when that is constantly happening in your books and when you are constantly writing that in your books, what does that say about you? Like, what the fuck does that say about you as a writer? You get what I'm saying? When you are constantly writing your main character as the, yup, and he was right the entire fucking time. Like, dude, I'm sorry, you're pretentious as fuck. Like, and again, to get deeper into the pretentiousness of JK Rowling. And let me make a disclaimer, by the way, I don't hate the bitch, because, like, you know, that whole trans thing, I think it's a little weird that that's the hill she's trying to die on. I don't give a fuck about that, right? I just legit think she is very pretentious. One of the things that helps me in this belief, that supports my belief, is her inconsistent and goofy fucking usage of Greco-Roman wording. Okay? So again, as I said, I'm reading the Iliad right now. I'm starting to notice that there are a lot of words that she took from Greco-Roman myths and stuff, and she put it into her books. The two major things that you can notice are intelligent people and magic. Okay? And again, the reason that's cool if she did it correctly. The problem is she doesn't do it correctly. Now, what do I mean by that? She will use Grecian and Roman names for intelligent people sometimes, and then not other times. Okay? So, Albus Dumbledore, Minerva, Hermione, those are Grecian, Minerva and Hermione. Albus is Latin. Scamander, that's also Grecian too, Scamander. But then for other people, she doesn't use Grecian Latin. So, the woman who created Hogwarts: A History, the Bagshot lady, the whatever her name is, that's not fucking Greco, that's not Roman, that's nothing. It's just some regular name. So I'm confused. And the same thing is with magic too. She does the same exact thing with magic. So there's this one, I believe in one of the books, they're trying to move a potty. They use a spell, and it's basically body movement in Latin. Mobilius something. There's something. But then in other things, she'll do, like, again, magic will sometimes be Greco-Roman words, and then sometimes it won't. I'm sorry, that to me, that's inconsistent. That's not paying homage. That's just showing your pretentious. That's you saying, "Look at me. I know Roman and Latin. I know Latin and Greek." And it's fucking stupid. It's stupid and pretentious. I don't like it, me personally. So yeah, anyways, I'm just saying you can tell who someone is based on the writing, and I got a lot of pretentious fucking writing from these books. Just saying. Again, stick to the movies. But now let's get into the cons, if that wasn't even the cons. There are plot holes aplenty. If there were any plot holes in the movies, then yeah, there were. Then yeah, yeah. If there were plot holes in the movies, the same exact plot holes are in the fucking books, and even more plot holes in the books than in the movies. Okay, I'm pretty sure in the movies they like tightened everything up and made it even tighter and made it even better. Like, I'm not joking. I feel like the movies are the final draft of JK Rowling's Harry Potter series. I don't think the books were, because there's a lot of plot holes. Again, the magic doesn't make sense. The magic is weird. The magic is wonky. Some magic is allowed. Some magic isn't allowed. Certain magic here and there is allowed. Certain magic there and here isn't allowed. Like it, and then Voldemort got the ability. Oh, and by the way, Voldemort can fly. When the fuck did he learn that? When the fuck did that nigga learn how to do that? That wasn't on the fucking list of fucking powers. Yeah, what is he, Superman all of a sudden? And now all of them know how to fly. All the, like, it just, it's goofy, it's inconsistent, and yeah, it's goofy, it's inconsistent, and yeah, I don't like it. I just don't like it. The magic isn't consistent. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. Apparition doesn't even make sense. Sometimes you can apparate here, sometimes you can't apparate there. But what stops you from apparating halfway across the world if you're able to know? Like, it's just, there's certain rules that just don't make sense, and it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. So yeah. People can teleport. Okay, that's something that I noticed throughout the series, especially at the very end. They do a lot of teleporting. Okay, this is something that I know, and it's not like apparition, like, and then we just were there, and then we were there, and like, there's no time in between, there's no time lapse in between. And one thing that I fucking absolutely hated, I hate exposition. I believe you should show and you should not tell. You show, you don't tell. Okay, fuck exposition. I get it in movies. I get it in video games. I think it's bad. I don't think it should be done. I think it's really lazy. It's sloppily done. But I get it in video games. I even get it in TV shows. Again, it's really sloppily and lazily done. You have to do exposition in a TV show, bro? Really? Exposition in books? Like, bro, she does exposition in these books. Like, I don't get that. How are you writing exposition in books? Why do you even feel the need to write exposition in books? Where it's just, blah, let me give you 3 pages of pure lore. Like, why do you feel the need to do that? This is a book. Show it, not tell it. Why are you write the lore? Don't. Anyways, I don't even understand how there's exposition in books. Again, I can understand it in movies. I get it. I don't think it should be in TV shows and video games. But again, I get it. But in books? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's so pathetic. Even in comics, I can sort of get exposition in comics. But again, in books. Look at that thick-ass book. Just look. That's bigger than my flaccid penis. This is bigger than my flaccid penis. That book is bigger than my flaccid penis. And you have to write exposition in a book that fucking big? Are you serious? Anyways, again, pathetic writer, a shitty writer. So this is a reminder before I get into these last 2 points. These are kids' books, so that's another thing. A reminder for this entire thing. These are all kids' books, so I shouldn't even be getting that worked up, right? Whoop-de-whoop. But the last 2 things that I really hate, and again, it goes with the pretentiousness of her writing. And she was right the whole time, and Harry Potter was right the whole fucking time. Yeah, what do you think about that? Huh? The bad kids always get rewarded. Bro, Harry Potter doesn't ever have any moment of reflections like he does on his dime. That's not character development. Having reflections on your own dime is not character development. Okay? He doesn't have any reflections on the shit he does. Okay? Well, he does. He does have some reflection, but it's very rare and it's only at the end. Okay? He only reflects on his own dime. He doesn't ever get punished. The only times he's ever punished is by Snape, which makes Snape look like the bad guy. Like, I'm sorry, just because Snape is the only one punishing you doesn't make him the bad guy. Now, obviously, he's the bad guy for other reasons, but, like, he's the only one that's punishing them, so obviously he's going to look like the bad guy. Nobody else punishes him. Albus doesn't punish him. Minerva doesn't punish him. Nobody punishes him, okay? And it's fucking ridiculous. It's, like, ridiculous. I don't get it. Maybe, like, once or twice Minerva punishes them, but it makes no sense. They're never punished. They do whatever the fuck they want to do, and Dumbledore always sides with them, right or wrong. And that's the second point. Dumbledore always sides with them, right or wrong. Like, there was this one moment where it was like, I forgot where it is. I'll try to find it. Again, this is a series, so I might not be doing research with the series. And again, it's a fiction book, so I'm not doing research for fiction. There's this one moment where I was reading it and I was thinking, you know what? If I was Slytherin and all 4 of those houses and all those houses did that to me, I would 100% join. You get what I'm saying? And it wasn't even in the later books too. It was like somewhere here. It was like somewhere in these 3 books. But it's like they're never punished. They're always right. They can do no wrong. They can do no harm. That's a problem. I'm sorry. When that is your main character, that's a fucking problem. Okay, and that says a lot about you as a writer. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyways, I didn't like the books. Yeah. There's that. I just wanted to get at... I've had these books. I've bought these books, and I've just had them in my fucking... whatchamacallit this entire time. They have been a major roadblock in my reading journey. So yeah, I just wanted to get them out the way. Yeah, I'm on to better things now. I'm on to better things. Better, juicier bitches, man. Juicier bitches. Not these fucking annoying ass books. So yeah. With that being said, I love you. I hope you enjoyed the video. God, it's starting to get hot in here. I love you. The universe loves you. Have a good one, bums. You fucking bums. Deuces. Muchas gracias. Mashallah, mashallah.